all the aggressiveness, I'd be put off. Now, one thing you have to know that you have to note, and I talk about this, and I talked about this in past episodes. I have a video of me spitting game, or at least just talking to some woman from England while I was in Miami. This was on the beach, and one of the things, and I had like a good 30-minute exchange with them. About 10 minutes was captured on YouTube. If you want to go ahead and see it, you could just go to YouTube and you can enter British Invasion Miami. All right, and so you can get that later on. I'm trying to put that in the chat room. This thing's acting funny. Let me see. Give me 1 second. All right, good. So you would go to YouTube and you put in British Invasion Miami, and you can go ahead and see me spitting games. So you can do that after the show or whatever. But basically, that video is a good example of how a lot of British women respond. Because, yeah, it is a little bit aggressive and it might seem kind of thirsty, but that's something that they're not used to. What I heard in that conversation, which led to me smacking the girl's butt at the end of the video, long story. But what I heard in that conversation, same thing in Canada when I went up there, is that a lot of the guys aren't bold at all. Like, a lot of the guys are literally scared of women. And women are, like, just wishing that dudes not would act more thirsty, but would, you know, be a little bit more forward. You know what I mean? So you know, Debbie, I mean, yeah, he was a little thirsty and he kind of came off hard, but, you know, so let me see. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ain't no 12-year-old can come up to a grown-ass woman and have any credibility. I mean, Debbie, he got some Facebooks and he got a couple of numbers. There was one woman, it looked like she was going to take him out later. So, you know, I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, hey, I don't know. His approach was very cold. He didn't have a stitch of being genuine. All right, Debbie. Hey, real talk at that age, grown woman thought I was cute. Now that I'm a grown man, these women look at me like I'm fair game. Remember me from when I was younger, before. Yep. See, Young Suave is on point. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, look at all these teachers. Exactly, Taz. These teachers are going in on their fourth and fifth and sixth graders, man. Yeah, they're grabbing them up. So that's real talk, man. So that video was cool. So, but yeah, in terms of just the way he handled it, you know, some lessons we can learn in terms of not directly answering certain questions. You know what I mean? And that's something that you ladies are very notorious for. So, you know, us fellas, we have to, you know, kind of skirt that in the right way. And, you know, so his swag and everything was on point. So I thought that was a nice little video. So, you know, so what else is going on out there? We're just gonna kind of freestyle it tonight. You know, it is Monday. Um, in terms of Labor Day, who knows what Labor Day means without going to Google? Who knows the meaning of Labor Day? Yeah, students are majoring in education are into the game. Yeah, there are a lot of single women out here. All right, so I'm gonna do another little roll call. So we have AJ, Crystal, Debbie, D Wills, J Rock, and we have Maddie 32, Taz, Wayne, and Young Swab. All right, and we have a few guests up in the room. Again, if you're a guest, you can log in, you can sign up. It's very easy. If you're joining me via Facebook, you can go to ustream.tv /flyness, and you can actually see the show and interact with the chat room and bust it up with these people. So you know that's what's up. What's going on, Maddie? I see you, Princess Nicole. Hey, Princess Nicole, what was rude that Taz said? Taz, what you saying to Nicole? What's your beef, Nicole? Tell him why you mad, son. something about teachers. He said these teachers are grabbing up little boys, which is true. Now, Nicole, are you a teacher? Is that why you're offended? See, Nicole's probably a teacher, Taz. So, oh, your mom is a teacher. Oh, Taz's mom is a teacher. Heck yeah! See, there you go. I mean, look, some teachers are getting it in. I know when I was in high school, I was spitting game to my Spanish teacher, and she was fly. So for those of y'all who went to my high school, if you're out there, if you were in my Spanish class in high school, you knew that that was one of the few females that I was spitting game to, because you could see it was in front of the whole class. Like her and I had this thing going on, and you know. So yeah, my Spanish teacher in high school, man, oh man. Yeah, see, now most of my like growing up, most of my teachers were kind of a little busted. You know what I mean? Most of them were, especially in college. In college, none of my teachers were anything to look at. In high school, they were okay. Like I had like a business class teacher who was cool, but my Spanish teacher, she took the cake. She was nice, and I remember because I was on the verge of turning 18, and she was like maybe 24. So it wasn't that big of it. Well, it was a gap, but it wasn't a huge gap, you know. So I might have to look her up. I might have to Facebook her. Yeah. So let's see. See Wayne's throwing in some Spanish up in the room. Oh, see, so Princess Nicole has a mom who's a teacher. So Princess Nicole, where are you from? I know Wayne's in the Seven Cities. In Young Suave, where are you from, man? Matter of fact, we should just have a roll call. Where's everybody from in the room? I know Chris is doing the crystals in Canada. So that's my like home away from home. I love Canada. If y'all don't know, man, I went to Canada about a month ago. Had a great photo shoot. Shot over 31 women um, up there. Oh yeah, so Debbie's in Harlem. That's what's up. Phil's from Harlem. Phil and everybody say what's up to Phil. Phil is the business partner. He is the man behind the operation. We're expanding into different areas in terms of even marketing domains. So we'll talk about that next week as well. Um, yeah, man. So Taz is from Philly, not to be confused with Phil. So we do have New York in the building. We have Toronto in the building. We have New Orleans in the building. We got Augusta in the building. We got DC in the building. We're all over the country. You know what I mean? So we're touching various sectors of the map. And I had at least one guest or one viewer or one Facebooker earlier. The Dr. Phil show that first aired back in April. It re-aired in the U.S. In July. Then at the end of July, it aired in Australia, and then 2 weeks ago, it aired in South Africa. So I was wondering why I was getting all these Mbutus and everybody else adding me on Facebook, and it turned out that the show had aired in South Africa. So I'm real thankful. So if any of you guess, I know the time zone is like really really crazy. I don't know what it is in South Africa right now, but if any of y'all are listening, what's up? What's up to South Africa? So a lot of them were asking advice questions. And what's funny is the issues down there aren't too much different from the issues here, just in terms of general advice questions and stuff like that. So, all right. J Rock said, "Your Flyness, can you see my private message this time?" I cannot see it. For whatever reason, J Rock, I cannot see your private message. Um, and in the way I have this going on, I have like one station here, but I have the main one in the other room just in case this one gets screwed up. So it might be in the other room. So I'll check that in a minute. What about other book projects you have coming up, if any? So again, just going back in terms of just these 3 books. These are the current 3 books that are out right now. Right now, I am focusing efforts just on the Make It Happen tour. So the Make It Happen tour is coming up in the fall. Also, for those who have not gotten, I don't know if Chris, I don't know if you got your if you got your No BS guide to writing your first book, but there is an audio book I also have out. I don't really promote it that much, but I should because it's really good game. Chris, did you get that? I don't know if you got it because Crystal ordered one for herself. But there is an audio guide. If you go to www.firstbook.info, you can actually go ahead and order the audio guide. You can actually download it right onto your computer, or you can order the CD, and you can actually go ahead and get game on how to write your first book. So if you've always wanted to write a book, short stories, poetry, real stuff, a how-to book like I did or whatever, this book shows you how to do it from A to Z. And it's everything that I learned. Some things were by accident. A lot of stuff I asked people for advice for. But firstbook.info, you'll get all the details. So, So can I see my Facebook messages? I can. That's a good thing to do. Yeah. So J-Rock, you go ahead and send me a Facebook, and I'll make sure I log in here. So while I go ahead and log into my Facebook, I'll go back to the question. Does anybody know the meaning of Labor Day? And as a matter of fact, what I am going to do is I'm going to come up with like a little trivia question. So starting now, the first person who tells me the meaning of Labor Day gets a free copy of one of my books, of one of my paperbacks. So first person to tell me the meaning of Labor Day. I know this is like class, but you get a prize. You get any paperback of your choice. To eat, drink, and a day off. Sorry, Nicole. Give me some sort of fact about Labor Day that most people don't know. And first one to chime in. A lot of people got their eat on today. I actually had a photo shoot today. So yeah, the first one to tell me, and I guess some of y'all going to Google, that's fine. First one to put it in the chat room. Give me some sort of historical fact about Labor Day. And what's funny is, I didn't really know too much about Labor Day until I looked it up. Something about New York City. You gotta do better than that, Crystal. Nicole asked me if I'm a model. No, but Nicole, if you got my information through I also put out a blast on flynessmodels.com and also through facebook.com/flynessmodels. If you are an aspiring model, or if you're on that page, you probably got my blast about this show. I am also the photographer. I am also part business owner of Flyness Models. So you can go ahead and check that out. All right. And let's see. So I'm looking at. I'm looking at J-Rock's message. J-Rock, you know that girl? That's interesting, man. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about that one later, pimpin'. So it's a small world after all, man. So yeah, I figured it was her. I figured when you said 2 months ago and her name started with A. Yeah, I got you. All right. So Wayne put something in the room. Let's evaluate Wayne. Let's evaluate Wayne's answer. And Wayne, you know that joint was copy and pasted, homeboy. Wayne.